What's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you the top 10 free WordPress themes you should consider using for your website. Now these themes are free and can be found on the WordPress.org website itself, and they're good for business type websites, e-commerce websites, magazine style websites, everyday bloggers, photography based websites, and pretty much every type of website you can imagine. I'll also show you the demo website for each of the themes so you can see how they look in the browser, and then I'll take you on a quick tour of the customizer section so you can see the various options that are built into the themes themselves and how you can customize them to suit your needs. Alright, so let's move on to the first theme on our list. Alright, so the first theme we're looking at is called Vogue. It's active on over 10,000 plus websites. It's highly rated. It's a multi-purpose e-commerce based theme. It's a really good looking theme with a bunch of options built into it. Let's take a look at the demo site. We have the site logo area up here with the menu bar right here. We have a nice slider on top. And then we have the social media icons towards the left and the WooCommerce shop icons towards the right. As you go down, you have the other content blocks, and this theme is made to work well with the Site Origin Page Builder plugin, along with the WooCommerce plugin and the Contact Form 7 plugin itself. If you go to the blog section, you see you have the 3 grid styled blog layout over here with the featured images coming up on top, the title, and then the content right below it. Really nicely done. And then the styling for the shop area. This is some of the styling that it has built in for the WooCommerce plugin. So if you're going to be selling themes on your site, this theme already has some nicely built-in styles for you. So let's take a look at the customizer section. So this is the customizer. You have the tab over here to upgrade to the premium version. You have the site identity tab. You have the layout options. You have the header options. You have the slider options. You also have the blog options in terms of the layout for the blog. You have the header image. You have the background image location. You have the colors. And then you have the font options that you can work with. Website text, that's this area over here. You have the social links that you can activate. The footer layout options. You have the menu location, then the widget area, and static front page and additional CSS. So that's the Vogue theme. It's a really nicely looking theme. It comes with a good amount of styling built into it and a nice way to customize it for your website. Again, it's good for anyone looking for an e-commerce based website. It does have multiple blog layout ways you can display your content. A nice looking modern theme. So that's Vogue. Alright, so now let's move on to the next theme in our review. The next theme we're going to look at is called Bentall. It's active on over 6,000 plus websites. It's recently updated. It has a lot of good ratings. It comes with a lot of built-in features that you're going to really appreciate in terms of the various ways you can customize it, the typography, and the WooCommerce integration, along with the different layout options. So let's take a look at the Bentall theme. This is the demo site for Bentall itself. You have your site logo area, your menu nav bar location up here with your various template options. You have the large hero image right here, and your various other layout options featured right over here in this section. You have the masonry grid, the WooCommerce shop, the side menu layout, column grid, shop plus blog grid, and centered menu. Really nicely put together. Alright, so let's look at some of the features. This has a visual content builder, which is a really good way to build out your site. Has a theme options panel, which is another way to configure the settings for your site. Has the page settings that you can work with. And then it has a lot of templates as well. You can choose the standard classic page template, or you can choose a different layout as well. You could also choose the masonry, which is a very popular way, to display your content information. And you can customize the way that looks by choosing a different column option over here. And then it also has the e-commerce built-in styling, which is a great thing to have, especially since a lot of websites are using the WooCommerce plugin, and has a lot of different ways for you to integrate that as well. Alright, so let's look at the customizer for Bentall. So you have your first option is the help and expansion pack. Then you have your site identity, the site elements. You have the site layout options. This is a good way to really customize the width of your layouts, your site colors, your site background image, Then you have your fonts and typography. You can really customize that. You have your header colors, your content colors, and your footer colors. So you see you have a lot of different ways to customize the way your content's displayed, and this gives you the ability to really control the styling of your website. Your menu locations, your widget locations, and then the static front page and additional CSS. So that's the Bentall theme. It's a really clean looking theme. It has a lot of built-in features that would be premium features in other themes themselves, but they build it into the free theme here. And they have the expansion pack as well. So that's the Bentall theme. And as you can see, it's a good looking theme. All right, so now let's move on to the next theme in our review. The next theme we're going to look at is called Dazzling. It's active on over 10,000 plus websites. It's also nicely rated, and it comes with a clean, modern design, fully responsive website, and it comes with support for the WPML plugin, which means it has support for a bunch of different languages. So that's really cool. Let's look at the demo site for the Dazzling theme. It has a nice slider location towards the top, your site logo area, your menu bar right up here. You scroll down, it has the blog Vogue coming in, and then you also have the gallery options as well. So this is a nice way to display your images, and some have the nice hover effect. You also have support for a bunch of shortcodes. This is built on the Bootstrap front-end framework, so you have support for the accordions, for the tabs, you have support for custom lists, a lot of different button options, and for the column grids that you can work with, tooltips, a bunch of different ways to work with this for your website. Now let's take a look at the customizer section for the Dazzling theme. This is the customizer area. You have the first tab is for support and documentation. Then you have the Dazzling options for the slider options. You have the layout options. You can choose different layouts for the way it's displayed. You have the call to action area. You have typography settings. You have the header settings you can play with. You have the footer area settings, the social media settings, and the other custom CSS. So that's the Dazzling theme. It's a clean looking theme. It's a nicely designed theme that gives you a good amount of styling that you can customize in the customizer area. Again, it's active on over 10,000 plus websites and is nicely rated. So that's Dazzling. All right, so now let's move on to the next theme in our review. And the next theme we're looking at is called ColorMag. This is a magazine style theme and is active on over 80,000 plus websites, extremely popular and well rated on WordPress.org. Alright, so let's take a look at the demo site for ColorMag. We have the site logo area over here. We have the advertisement location over here. So this is great for affiliate marketing. You have your social media icons right up here. You have your menu bar right here with a bunch of different layout options for you in terms of how you want to display your content. You also have the nice slider section here, content area, another ad section, and what I really like about this theme is you have the category feed that's color categorized. So you can really separate the styling of your categories in a different way depending on the type of category you have. So that's really cool. You have some more advertisement space here and here. It's a really nice looking magazine style theme. All right, so let's see how the customizer works with this particular theme. We have the ColorMag import and link section. We have the site identity section. We have the colors section. We have the header media section right here. We have the background image section. We have the menu location. We have the widgetized areas, and this gives you a bunch of different options for the various widgets, for the right sidebar, for the header sidebar itself, for the front page slider area, the area besides the slider, the content top section, middle section, right section, bottom section, advertisement above the footer, and the footer sidebar areas as well. So that gives you a lot of different ways to customize it. You have your static front page, additional CSS, your header options, so you have some more ways to customize the look and feel of your website with this theme. And you also have the design option, so you have the front page settings, you have the site layout, boxed or wide. You also have the layout for pages only, or the layout for single posts, and the primary color options. Then you have the social options as well. You could activate these links here, and then you have the additional options here. What's really cool, as I mentioned before, is you have the category color settings. So you can customize your various categories based on different colors. That's a nice way to really give your website a different look and feel. So that's the ColorMag theme. Really good theme for magazines type websites, for newspaper type websites, websites looking to display their information in that type of format. All right, let's move on to the next theme in our review. Now, the next theme we're looking at is a Throwback. This is the 2012 default theme, and I like this theme a lot because it's a minimalist type theme. It's also still actively maintained by the WordPress team, so that's great. And it's a good theme to use as your base for your website. You can enhance the look and feel of it with various plugins for social media options, for adding additional widgetized areas, things of that nature. It's a good theme if you're looking for something very basic and minimal. It's fast loading, it is still maintained, and it's a nice looking basic theme. It's still active on over 300,000 plus websites and is very well rated. And let's take a look at the customizer area for this. We have the site identity. Again, this is very bare bones, but that's what you're looking for if you're looking for a minimalist type theme. You have the color options here, the header image location, your background image, your menus, your widget areas, your static front page, and additional CSS. So this is a great theme if you're looking for something very simple, fast loading, no frills, just something that you can, build upon and add more functionality with various plugins. So that's the 2012 theme. I know a lot of people might be scratching their heads like, wait a minute, that's such an old one. But sometimes these older themes, as long as they're still actively maintained, can give you what you need. Very good minimalist style theme for you. All right, hopefully you like that one. It's the 2012 default theme. Let's move on to the next one in our list. And the next theme we're looking at is called scruffy. It's a really good looking photo-centric theme. It's active on over 4,000 plus websites, already has some good reviews. And if you have a website where you want to display your images in a nicely formatted way, this is a theme you should definitely look at. Let's take a look at their demo site. As you can see, we have a nice large slider image area over here towards the top. We have our centered site logo area. We have our social media links that have a different design than what you typically find in terms of a circular type design or a square type design. This is a diamond shaped design, which is really cool. You have your menu bar right over here. As you just saw, the images just flowed right in, which is a nice animation effect, and you have the nice hover effect as well. You scroll down and you see some more content coming in. And then you have the diamond shaped back to top button, which is really cool. And then you also have this gallery demo as well to see how it displays some images. All right, so now let's take a look at the way this theme works with the customizer. So they have the first tab to upgrade to the plus version. Then they have more about scruffy right here. Then they have the WordPress settings you can work with, different settings there. Then you have the theme options, the layout options. Gives you more control in the way it looks. Then you can activate the social icons as well, the scruffy options, and the footer background image. Then you have the slider options. Then you also have the widget area options, and your menus and your additional CSS. So that's scruffy. It's a nice looking photo-centric theme for photographers and people who really want to display their images in a nicely formatted way. Definitely take a look at it. I can see this one is going to get more popular over time, and this number will definitely increase. All right, so that's scruffy. Let's move on to the next theme in our review. The next theme we're going to look at is called Spacious. It's also active on 70,000 plus websites. It's very well rated. It comes with a lot of different layout options for you. It's a really good looking theme. Let's take a look at the demo site for Spacious. This is the demo site. We have the site logo area over here with the menu bar on top, a nicely formatted image slider right here towards the top area, and it's super fast loading and responsive, which all themes pretty much are nowadays, but this theme is really nice and clean in terms of its design. You have some layout options you can work with, and you also have a video tutorial over here that shows you how to work with the theme itself. Let's take a look at the blog section so you can see how this works with the blog area, and you can customize this in the customizer. It's also built for WooCommerce, so you can see how the styling works with the WooCommerce plugin. Really good if you're looking to sell themes on your website. Alright, so let's take a look at the customizer for Spacious. So this is the customizer. You have the important links section, you have the site identity, you have the colors section, you have the header media section, you have the background image tab, you have the menus, you have the widgetized areas you can work with. So you have a lot of different ways you can play around with this one. You have the static front page, additional CSS, then you have the header area settings over here. You also have the design, so you have the site layout options you can work with. You have the default layouts, the page only layouts, single post layouts, and blog post display type, and primary color options, and the color skins. Really nicely done. Then you also have the slider options over here. You can activate it or leave it inactive. Really a good looking theme. So that's the Spacious theme. Free theme on WordPress.org, and they do have a pro version. And it's a nice theme if you're looking to, sell themes on, or if you're looking for a theme for your business or for your blog, or pretty much any type of theme out there. Spacious can definitely meet your needs with the various types of layout options that it has. Let's look at the next theme on our list. And the next theme we're looking at is called Sydney. It's active on over 100,000 plus websites. Very well rated. It's really a good theme for businesses and for companies and freelancers. Let's take a look at the demo site for Sydney. You see we have this nice slider image area towards the top. We have our logo area, our navigation area over here towards the top section right there. And as you travel down, the menu bar travels with you. I really like that feature. You're going to see that popular on a lot of different types of themes because it's a user enhancement feature. This is a very good looking theme if you're looking for something that is very modern and clean looking in terms of its design. It has the nice latest news blog roll area down here towards the bottom. You see how you have the hover effects as you go over the various images. And let's see how they work with the blog. So this is one of the ways that they display the blog info area, and you can see in the customizer section that we'll be able to, really fine tune that, to a different style if we want something different than the classic design. All right, so now let's take a look at this customizer section for Sydney. We have the general settings area. We have the site title and logo area, the header location area. We have the blog options. As I said, you have different blog option layouts that you can work with, which is really cool. You have the fonts that you can play around with to choose a different font for your website. The footer area, you can choose a different type of number of footers to work with in that location. Then you also have the colors you can work with, the background image, the menus, the widgets, static front page, theme info, and additional CSS. So that's the Sydney theme. It comes with a lot of nice built-in functionality and a good amount of ways for you to customize the way your website will look with the Sydney theme. It's extremely popular. As you can see, it's active on over 100,000 plus websites and very well rated. So that is the Sydney theme. The next theme we're going to look at is called OnePress. Now this is another very popular theme. It's very well rated, as you can see. It's a nice looking business website type theme, or a portfolio theme, or digital agency type theme. It's a good way for you to showcase your content. Let's take a look at their demo site. This is the demo site for OnePress. As you see, you have this nice slider area towards the top. You have your logo area right here. You have your menu bar right there. Again, the navigation travels with you. And as you can see, the animation is nice and fluid. The content just flows right in from the bottom as you scroll down. And it's a parallax type theme. So if you're looking for a parallax style website, then this is the theme that you may want to consider using. It's also built to work with the WooCommerce plugin. So if you do have a shop area over here, it has the nice built-in styles for WooCommerce. So this is great if you're selling anything on your site. All right, so now let's see how the customizer works with the OnePress theme. All right, so now this is the OnePress customizer section. It gives you just what you need. It has a site title and tagline area over here. It has the theme options panel right here. So you have your global settings for the site layout. You can choose a different layout based on your needs. You can choose a different site colors. The header location, you can customize that. You have the social profiles that you can keep active or not. And then you have the newsletter section. All right, so now you also have the menus section, the widget location, and then the static front page and additional CSS. So that's OnePress. It's a nice, clean looking parallax type theme. It gives you the features you need. It's a modern design. It has some nice hover over effects, and it's something you may want to consider, for your business website or your portfolio site or e-commerce based website. Again, you can find it on WordPress.org. It's a very popular theme, and it's nicely rated. All right, so now let's move on to the next theme in our review. The final theme on our list is called the Virtue theme. Now, this theme is another popular theme. It's active on over 70,000 plus websites. It's highly rated, and it comes with a bunch of features that are going to help you with your search engine optimization. It has built-in support for the schema microdata, so that's really cool. It's also fully e-commerce ready for the WooCommerce plugin. All right, so let's take a look at the demo site for Virtue. This is the demo site. You have a logo area over here. You have your shopping area right up here with the search bar. You also have your menu bar right here. You have a nice slider section right here towards the top, and another slider section right underneath that for your featured projects. You have your latest from the blog roll over here, and you have some other tabbed content as well. You also have a bunch of different layout options for your blog and a lot of support for icons. These are all the icons that this theme supports. And then if you're going to be selling things on your site, this has a nice shop design as well for the WooCommerce plugin. All right, so now let's take a look at the way that the Virtue theme works with the customizer. So this is the Virtue customizer area. We have the main settings. We have the top bar settings. We have the home slider settings. We have the home layout options. We have the shop settings, the basic styling, the advanced styling. We have the typography settings you can work with, the menu settings, post and page options, your miscellaneous settings, your advanced settings, the site identity, the menu locations, the widget options, static front page, and the additional CSS. So that's the Virtue theme. It's a very good looking theme. It has a bunch of different uses, a bunch of different ways, to customize it to suit your needs. And the layout options are, there for you to really display your content in the way you want. It's another free theme on the WordPress.org website, and it is a nice looking theme. Again, it's active in over 70,000 plus WordPress installations and extremely highly rated. All right, so that is the top 10 list of free themes you should consider using for your website. Let's take a recap over here now. I'll go back to the themes area. We have the Vogue theme, Bentall, ColorMag, Dazzling, OnePress, scruffy, Spacious, Sydney, 2012, and Virtue. These are the top 10 themes that I think you should consider looking at for your next website design. So I'll also be creating videos on how to configure each of these themes. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see those videos as well. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.